Will Bernie Sanders and socialism destroy the stock market and the economy? And and I don't mean to call Bernie Sanders like a socialist in a negative way. He calls himself a socialist and he likes social programs. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and things just changed. So, Bernie Sanders versus Joe Biden in the primaries. What's gonna happen? I want to take a look at the stock market cycles and see what the stock market is probably going to look like during the primaries, and see what's going on, what people are going to be thinking, and and then Bernie is definitely going to smash that like button right now, please, to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. So I just took a look at kind of Trump and the presidential election timeline, and it looks like the credit cycles are lining up where we get a contraction down phase now for another month or two, and then we're going to get an expansion growth, and then we're going to get an expansion with negative growth, which is it's going to be an expansion right up to the election. So we're going to be basically right on top of a bull trap right around election time. And that that is the bear case. The bear case where we are on top of a bull trap and then we get a bear market. Um, and I was saying it's too early to predict that because I haven't seen if we broke our resistance level and set up a bear market yet. We'll find that out in the next couple weeks, um, but that's the bear case. Like if it's the bull case, then it'll be up there anyways. So, um, but in the meantime, during the primaries now, we're looking at Biden and Bernie and right. I mean, we're gonna get a crash the next month and a half. We're gonna get a big crash, really negative stock market sentiment. We'll get a bounce out of there and a slow recovery towards a bull trap, and that's what's going to be happening during the primaries. And I think that is gonna. I think Biden will destroy Bernie in the primaries just based on where the stock market's going to be, and he can just run on the platform of being great for the stock market. And Bernie, I think Bernie had a smaller chance to begin with, and it's going to get smaller. So that's my outlook on the stock market and the primaries. And I think it's going to be Joe Biden versus Trump. And then we're going to be on top of this bull trap right at the election, and everyone's going to be all excited about the economy, and it's going to look good. And then I think Trump can win the election with that environment. I think Biden wins the primary and Trump wins the election based on just the stock market cycles and the environment that we're going to be in. And as always, the president doesn't decide what happens in the stock market. So as I've been saying, these cycles are just a sort of a mathematical function of the expansion of the monetary system, and the government and the Fed are reacting to the expansion of the monetary system. And the government, they do the political stuff in the government, and the Fed maintains the monetary system, but they don't decide the expansion of the monetary system. So the Fed has way less control than people think, and the president has like no control. And then the whole business sector is just a result of how much money is available, how many loans are available, what's the expansion or the contraction of the monetary system. Is it going down or up? Is it accelerating down or up? That's what these cycles are based on. And you can kind of see them coming. Like there's enough data to get an idea of what it's going to look like. And the dates aren't exact, so you kind of fish around and figure the cycles out. But I mean, we're going to get a down cycle now, we're going to get an expansion cycle, and then we're going to get a stagflation cycle. That's what it looks like right now. And that means we're going to get a bottom probably in June on the down cycle, and then we'll get a run up for 3 or 4 months, and then we'll get a little pop at the beginning of the stagflation cycle, because that's also an expansion cycle, and then you get the down growth. So yeah, so I think where we're going to be during the primaries is that slow recovery from the bottom where everyone's going to be super negative and bearish. And then by the time we get to the election, that's the top of the bull trap, or the top of a longer bull market. It looks like a bear market outlook with a bull trap right now, and we'll be following that on my stock chart channels and trying to track what the cycles are looking like. But in either case, bull or bear case, we're going to be recovering from this crash, and then we're going to be kind of on a high around election time. So that's the outlook. It looks like Biden and then probably Trump wins, just based on the economy. And people would vote for Biden if the election happened like at right around the crash, probably. But if we're up on a bull trap and a good economy conditions, I think that's in Trump's favor. And that is the outlook. This is not political or financial advice, as usual, and I don't care who anyone votes for relative to the stock market, because the president doesn't even affect the stock market. They just talk about it. And please hit the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And I think that's good enough. That's this one. That's it. Sorry guys, no more. Yep, no more. You're cut off.